All right. Welcome back to Currency 365. I'm going to be putting this on the backup channel Ice Open Media because I already put crypto's video on there. I don't want to backload this with crypto videos. But anyways, yeah, we're in the crypto bloodbath. As you guys see, it's not as worse as yesterday. But we did see a new low today. 20, what was this? 21.62 for Bitcoin compared to yesterday. So Bitcoin actually seen a 4-day drop here, which is the first 4-day drop in a long time. This is a 3-day drop back here. We haven't seen a 4-day drop in Bitcoin since, Lord have mercy, it's been a while. It's been a long time since we had a 4-day drop in Bitcoin. Okay, so kind of scratching our heads there, but Bitcoin looks like there's a reversal. Looks like they're coming for Bitcoin. Okay, so here's a reversal candle here. Looks like that we have a reversal coming here. Indecision reversal candle. Looks like this coming there. Usually we get these on the way up. All the way up like we have here. Ending of a run, reversal, indecision, which means it basically brings a reversal. And then we had this basically reversal candle as well, downtrend. Okay, so here's the uptrend. Here's the reversal candle here. The bottom is in, reverse up. Then we have a reversal candle here, and then we just tread water here, and then reverse here, back down. Okay, so this looks like we have a nice reversal candle here, and yeah, so I think an uptrend's coming for Bitcoin here soon. Looks like we hit a low, but at the same time, if you go back here, it's not as low as this candle. This which 20,010. This one was 15 something. Okay. 1535. Okay, so that's higher. We're still making higher lows. Okay, so even though it went lower than this one, it's still a higher low than this and this. That's a good sign for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's chart is strong. Even though we had this drop here, we're still higher lows, higher low, higher low. Okay, and now we have a reversal here, candle. So we could start seeing some uptrend, or maybe just stagger here on this 50-day moving average, which has been holding on everything. All these charts have been going to the 50 lately. We'll probably just stagger on this 50-day for a little bit, and then we'll take it up from there. Okay, so looks like we got a reversals in, and looks like an uptrend's coming for Bitcoin. Maybe starting tomorrow. Okay, it's down today, so maybe starting tomorrow we'll get maybe a neutral day or maybe a little bit of a green day, and then we'll start treading upwards. Okay, so Bitcoin looks good because it did not make a lower low than this one right here. If it went farther than 2010, we'd be in big trouble. But it held. Okay, so it held there at 21.66, and I was saying on the main channel, I was saying 20. What was it? I said I don't know. I can't remember. On Coinbase, I think I was saying 2211, 2218 or something, but that was on Coinbase. This is a different chart. This is Poloniex. Okay, so something different. Okay, so as you can see here, nice for Bitcoin, holding on, and yeah, making higher lows here. So we should be moving up now. Nice trend down, V-shape maybe coming back. Test these highs up here, and then come up here to all-time highs within the next 14 days. We could do that, and everything would be fine again. Okay, so and I think if Bitcoin did do that, everything will rally with Bitcoin. Okay, so let's go to Ethereum, because Ethereum chart looks weaker than Bitcoin now. As you can see, Ethereum 1, 2, 3, 4 days down. First time that I've seen Ethereum 4 days down in a long time as well. Yeah, I don't remember. When was Ethereum 4 straight days down? I don't see it. I don't know. It was a long time ago. So we're into charted waters where we're down 4 days in a row. And as you can see, the sell signal came in here for Ethereum, and it's open up now. So it's almost done selling off. As you can see, we're at the high point of the red. So a couple more days for Ethereum here. It will probably just stagger right here on this 50-day moving average for a little bit, but we went all the way down to 203. I mean, imagine that. Ethereum at 203. We were just at 420, just a couple days ago, and now we're at 403. I mean, well, on a Polonius we were 408. Okay, just a couple. Well, not a couple days ago. Sheesh. I mean, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, about 2 weeks ago. Okay, so about 2 weeks ago we were all-time highs. Now we're back to about 200. Okay, so the charts are starting to, it's going down. A couple more days of red here. We'll probably stagger on this 50-day moving average, stagger a little bit here, and then finally start to make our way back up. Good, man, whoever got in at 204 is looking good right now. That should be able to hold. That 200 level should be able to hold. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of buys at 200 just, holding the charts. And so it should level out now. It looks like it hit a high here, and it should level out here in a couple of days, and then start to trace its way back up. Within the next 14 days, Ethereum will probably be back right up here to 408. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the future goes. This is 4 straight days down. If we have a 5-day down, then something is massively wrong with Ethereum, right? Okay, so. Now, remember, going back to July, going back to the WebBot report back in a couple of months ago, what did we say about coming up in late June, July? We said that the whole world will start to say that Ethereum was better than Bitcoin, or Ethereum was going to overtake Bitcoin, and then the correction was going to start. Remember that WebBot report? So Cliff High, shout out to Cliff High for that, because I don't even know how he was able to do that, right? With the database, they said that everybody in the world will be saying Ethereum's about to eclipse Bitcoin, and then the correction would happen. And then, so that's why I told you guys on the main channel, and I told people, and I text people, I'm getting out of Ethereum now, because I remember that Bitcoin report, the WebBot report telling me that late June, early July, that Ethereum, that watch the world talk about Ethereum eclipsing Bitcoin, but it would not happen, and that a massive correction was coming. So that's when I text people and said, I'm getting out of Ethereum. And then I told you guys on the main channel, I'm out of Ethereum. I'm back in the Bitcoin from Ethereum. Okay, even though Bitcoin could, Bitcoin charts looked like a buy signal was coming until somebody started dumping, and then it still looks like a buy signal is coming for Bitcoin here very soon. So Bitcoin is now stronger than Ethereum again. But I just remember the WebBot report said by late June, July, the world will be saying Ethereum is going to overeclipse Bitcoin, and then a massive correction was going to happen with Ethereum. And that's what we're doing now. The WebBot didn't say to sell Ethereum, for the future, but it did say watch out, watch Ethereum, because the world will be saying something about it, and about eclipsing Bitcoin, overtaking it, but Bitcoin will remain king, right? Ethereum will correct itself, Bitcoin will remain king, and then Ethereum will then go from there. So I don't know where Ethereum is going to go from here. Most likely it will rebound and then eventually go to $500. Okay, it could happen in July, could be a rebound to July, but Bitcoin will remain king. Okay, and Bitcoin has the SegWit stuff coming on in August, with SegWit 2x or something like that coming for scalability and things of that nature. So yeah, so I think we're in a staggered position right now, and then eventually within the next 2 months, 2-3 months, I think Bitcoin then makes his roar to 5,000 within the next 3 months. I think we're going to see Bitcoin go through that stage of SegWit and then make a roar back to try to get to 5,000. But it is what it is. Manipulation is coming in heavily by the banksters and all these other people that don't want to see these coins go up any higher. And now, you would think to yourself, why would they be manipulating Ethereum when they own Ethereum? Most of the banksters and the elites own Ethereum. Why would they mess up their own coin? I don't know. Okay, so that's the thing that a lot of us don't understand. But anyways, it is what it is. The WebBot report hit was right here about Ethereum correction. When the world start talking about them over eclipsing Bitcoin, we will see a massive correction with Ethereum. This is why I told you guys I was getting out of Ethereum, right? So there you go. And Ethereum Classic, of course, is correcting itself now as Ethereum corrects itself. So back down to 13, 14 range. Good pickup here would probably be right here at the 50 or right underneath the 50, about 13 bucks. Pick it back up there, send it, and then wait for it patiently to go back to 20. That'd be a good sell there. Ripple's down to 22. Okay, Ripple is in danger zone here. Underneath the here's 3 resistance lines above it. It's going to be hard to break that, but it can break it, but it's going to be hard to break that. And we already know the inflation news from the banks are starting to come out. So, and what did the website report say? Said that once we start hearing inflation news with the banks, Ripple is basically done, right? That there won't be too much value in Ripple going forward, okay? Because of those inflation news and the banking news, and the banksters are going to start having problems. That's if you believe the web body report, right? But we have seen news about inflation come out. So yeah. Okay, so here's Zcash. I love Zcash, as you guys know. Hitting back down here, this would be a good place to grab some Zcash, maybe down here at 220. If it drops a little bit lower, yeah, somewhere around 220, 203 would probably be a good. There's really good support right here at 200 basically. So if it comes down to 200, it would be a great place to buy Zcash. It's opened up as well. So this is the highs of the dump. And yeah, so a couple more days. Basically by the weekend, Zcash will be looking for a nice buy signal and then heading back up. Most of these coins are gonna have a buy signal by Friday, Saturday, Sunday. As you can see, most of them are opening up now. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere around Friday, Saturday, Sunday, most of these coins will be in buy signals. Okay, so let's come over here and let's look at, okay, Bitcoin Plus is still up. Okay, so Bitcoin Plus still doing its thing. I think Bitcoin Plus went up at the right time when everything else was down. People saw that Bitcoin Plus was up, so they just continued to put money in it. Okay, so usually it would just go right back down, but because the markets were so bad and this was the only coin that was really basically up, everybody just started putting money in this, thinking it was safe haven. So that's basically why it's staying up. As you can see, it's got indecision candles here, not knowing which way to go, up or down, and yeah, and it's just a place where people are putting their money because so many other things are down, right? Burst is up 5% here. Let's check out Burst. Okay, not sure why Burst is up here. It looks like a sell signal is coming in for Burst here in a second. So, anyways, I would grab Burst down here at 540. I wouldn't even buy it up here; it's too high. GNT. Let's look at GNT. If we can, if I got to click on it before. Okay, GNT back to almost a double. Well, it looked like a double bottom, but it's not. It's a lot lower. It's lower than the other one. So a lower. So it's made a low. So a low here, a lower low, and a lower low. So it's making lower lows here. So maybe we get one more low down here to 1550 tomorrow. I don't know, but it's making lower lows. The chart has a sell. Look at it. It opened up. It's not at the high of the sell yet. Okay, so tomorrow might be the high of the sell. So we could see 1550 tomorrow. Not sure, but you can see here this red bar is not the highest red bar. The highest red bar comes up at least right there. So the mouth is opening up. The sell has happened, and give it about 5 days. We'll see probably a buy signal, and we'll take it right back up. So maybe by Sunday, buy signal will happen here. But it looks like we got a couple more days of selling here coming from GNT. So you might be able to get it at 1550. Okay, so Dogecoin has just been absolutely murdered, right? And people are starting to figure out that a lot of these coins don't mean nothing, right? They don't have any value. They don't have, they've just been pumped and pumped and pumped, and they don't really have any value. And people are noticing that. So you can see the big spikes down and 53 back up. Then you had this one today to 64 and then back up to 100 and something. And this is why I told you guys, there's no need to play Dogecoin any longer. You can just earn free Dogecoin. The links are in the description for free Litecoin, free Dogecoin, free Bitcoin. You know what I mean? You don't have to risk your money here. You can get these coins for free and then just build it up and build up your hash rate power in EOBot. The link's in the description for EOBot as well, and just build up your hash rate and and start just mining the crap out of these coins and then selling off to Bittrex, Poloniex, and or Coinbase and stuff, and selling them for profits, right? So no need to do this when you can earn free coins, right? No need to take any risks on these coins, because the world is starting to notice that a lot of these coins are not really worth a lot, It says SBD is currently under maintenance or experiencing wallet network issues. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we saw the nice big spike there for Steam Dollar, and I told you guys, I'm not sure how many people made money off of this, but I told you guys that it likes to spike every every once in a while. So every like 7 days, it likes to spike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was supposed to be the day it did it. And I told you guys that this was supposed to be the day it spiked, but it didn't. So I said, watch out for the next couple of days. We're going to see a nice spike, and there it is. Okay, so congratulations on that. And for those who bought Steam Dollar down here, congratulations on that nice spike. I said it was coming within 3 days, and there it was. Okay, so and here's another one up here, Okay, so let's move on from there. Not much to see. Let's look at Stratus. As you can see, Stratus has just been it's downtrend. There it is, and there it is in the MACD, and it's still battling here, because here's the red line, the red bars, or whatever, getting smaller, and then it's getting bigger again. You know what I mean? So it's like, and there's a hammer. So we have a hammer for Stratus, and then boom, the hammer hits. So it looks like a reversal is coming for Stratus here soon. Okay, just gotta wait it out. Wait it out. But man, it looked like the red was getting thinner, and then all of a sudden the red get bigger today. Okay, so we gotta just wait it out. It's a longer wait for Stratus here, but yeah, it's already in position to have a great weekend if everything goes right. Okay, so Stratus is in position for a nice weekend because the yellow's underneath. It could easily come up and with 2 days of uptrend and cross over to a nice buy signal for Stratus. So maybe by Sunday Stratus is reversed and the buy signal comes in and everything is good to go. Okay. And we need to see some updates, because we don't want the purple line to cross over the yellow. Same thing with DigiByte, right? So we need to start seeing some upward movement, because we don't want that purple to cross over the yellow line. And the good thing about that is that the yellow is dipping with it. So on this one, but I don't think that was happening with DigiByte. So let's go to DigiByte here, down 6. There's been a lot of red days for DigiByte, but we also had a lot of green days for DigiByte. So we can't see one without the other. This is the markets. We can't see 3 months of green for DigiByte and then think that we're not gonna see at least a month and a half of red. That just doesn't make any sense. So there it is. So DigiByte's correcting itself, which is a good sign here. Looking at the red bars here, we still need the red bars to thin out here. Okay, so you got to give it a couple of days, maybe over the weekend. The problem I'm having with DigiByte is that purple line looks like it wants to overtake the yellow line, and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to need to see some people start, the bulls start to come in on DigiByte here, and it's way oversold anyway. So the bulls should be buying DigiByte like crazy right now and accumulating, but the volume is really low. You would think the volume would at least be up here as the bulls come in to start grabbing some DigiByte, because we don't want to see that purple line overtake the yellow, and that's what it looks like it's happening now. Okay, so let me see how close it is from overtake. Look how close that is. We cannot allow that purple line to overtake that yellow, so we need some buys coming in, because if that happens, then then we could be waiting a little bit longer for Digibyte. You know what I mean? Or maybe that will panic some people to finally start to put money in it and try to correct that purple and yellow. But we've had enough time here. The yellow actually isn't going down, so that's I mean, it started to here, but it started way later than the purple. The purple was going down before it. And so that's why it's so close now. But if the buys start to come in, the purple will correct itself, will lean out here, and then start going right back up. Okay, and it will not overtake the yellow. So we need to see some bulls. The bulls come in on Digibyte here to prevent the purple from overtaking the yellow and keep it stable, like parallel. Basically, have both lines go parallel and then back up this way like that, and then the 50 go with it. Okay, so Digibyte's in the place where we need the bulls to come on in and start buying the bottoms here. Okay, and because we're definitely at the bottom. I mean, my goodness gracious, you know what I mean? And there's massive support level right there, as you can see from back here. Nice support levels right in that 750 range. Yeah, we just need to see the bulls come in, let this level out, and then start to go up from there. And I think we'll be fine within the next 14 days, or by July 10th. I told you guys look for between now and July 10th for Digibyte to start to heat up. And of course, a lot of things happened, I guess, in that last conference, like Mike was saying, where they gave out some game credits, and people actually, instead of using it for game credits, they went to Poloniex and Bittrex and got shares and then dumped their shares. Okay, and that's when we saw this. Okay, that's where this happened, because I was trying to figure out what is going on, right? I didn't know what was going on here. This was not a natural dump, because there was no point of dumping Digibyte at that time. But it's because people got game credits, and they turned those game credits into Poloniex and Bittrex into shares, and then they dumped their shares for $200 and that freaked everybody out for Digibyte, and that's when we saw the big correction. And then those people are probably still the ones that are selling here, because I was telling you guys who is selling, right? And when we have another conference coming up where Digibyte is going to probably win some awards in July, who would be selling here? And it's all, and now we know it was all the people at the last conference that got game credits, and they went to Poloniex and Bittrex and they sold them for shares, and then they dumped their shares. Okay, so that's what happened. Digibyte will not make that mistake ever again. And and they should have. They should have had something where the game credits had to be for game credits only, and they couldn't take those credits to Poloniex and Bittrex and dump it on people like they did. And that's what happened here, as we can see. Okay, and then of course those that didn't dump started dumping here and here. Okay, so now it looks like everybody that from the conference has dumped their game credits, and they're out, and so the money or the shares in Digibyte should now be in strong hands. Okay, so they dumped it into strong hands, people that are long term, and so that means that once we start to go up with Digibyte, it should move a lot faster if they dumped it into strong hands, right? If those people at the conference dumped their game credits into longer hands, it should go up a lot easier now once the charts correct themselves. And and it should be able to go up a lot smoother and easier, because most of those coins were dumped into strong hands, longer term position holders. Okay, like myself, I'm holding long term in Bittrex. I'm looking for $1 to $5, $1 to $5. I think I have my thing to sell at around like $5 or something like that for Digibyte on Bittrex. I'm holding long term on Bittrex for Digibyte, short term on Poloniex. I wanted to come back up here for Poloniex, maybe 3,500, somewhere around there. So let's see what happens within the next 2 weeks on Digibyte here. I think we will correct ourselves with the conferences and events coming up for Digibyte. And okay, so what else? Steam's down. I told you guys to wait on Steam. And let's check out Steam, and then let me get out of here. I think I'm almost 30 minutes. It takes forever to load these videos. Steam also is having problems, maintenance or whatever. So yeah, I told you guys, wait for Steam to come down to 6,000 range here, and there it is. Okay, so that's a good. Those are good pickups. Steam's been on the sell for a while. It opened up here. It's now at the strong point at its sell. So give it a couple of days. Then it's going to start to thin out, and then Steam will start to go right back up. And let's look at maybe one more here. Floridian. Oh, Pink is back to 750. Might want to watch Pink there. Usually runs when it hits around 700. Okay, so there's the sell sign is in. So, and it's just beginning to sell. Okay, so it's got some time here, but it's got some days to go. Looks like a bottom came in here, but that doesn't mean that it's over. It could just stagger for. It could just stagger. Well, this is a good sign that the bottom could be in. This was a reversal. Here's the bottom, and then we could just stagger around for a couple of days before until the sell sign turns into a buy sign. Okay, Ethereum Classic. I'll look at that real quick for you guys that are Ethereum Classic fans. Okay, so Ethereum Classic sell came in back here. It's opening it up. It's now at the around almost the height of the sell. So maybe another day or two of selling. Maybe you might want to pick up some shares here at 606, 661, 62 range. If it drops this low, right now it hasn't. Right now it's sitting at 6617, so maybe you might want to pick up shares there. But it's at the height of its sell right now. So a lot of these coins are at the height of their sell on Tuesday. That means by Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they will be right in position for buy signals. Okay, so that's it. I mean, we're in the storm. We got to brace the storm and weather the storm. Get ready for the buy signals that are coming over the weekend, and that's it. And we're good to go. You're almost done with the storm. We're in the eye of the storms, and it's gonna relax itself here. And once it does, as you can see, the last storm we had, down here for Ethereum, this was the eye of the storm right here. There it is right here. So we're right there within the eye of the storm, and then it eases the way out, and then look, boom, back to all-time highs. I mean, this is how these things play out, and I think people get so uptight and so worried when things are bad, but then they're all great when things are great. You gotta be one way at all times. When things are great, you say, good, we did what we're supposed to do. When things are bad, we say we wait it out, and that's it. That's all you do. And I told you guys that example when we looked at gain credits. Remember when I told you about gain credits? And this was basically a forewarning of what was coming, right? Because I told you guys about gain credits and how the history of gain credits and what it did. Looks like a reversal candle starting here for gain credit, but there is the sell just begun. So, but this almost looks like a reversal candle, but the sell just happened. Just a few days ago. So, kind of interesting there, right? Looks like a reversal candle is coming in here, but I think it needs to go a little bit lower. Anyways, let's go here. So, as you can see, when I was telling you the ups and downs, so there's everybody's happy, then everybody's sad, like, oh my God, it's over. Then everybody's happy again up here. Then everybody's sad again, and then you're happy, and then like, oh my goodness, we're underneath the support lines. Everything is about to end, and then boom, we're happy again. We're happy. You know what I'm saying? So now we're back here again, right on the support lines. Oh my God, the world's coming to an end. Like, this is what goes on in the crypto world, and those who sold here are probably kicking themselves because they're not in up here. Okay, look how much millions of dollars they lost out on. I mean, those who bought thousands of dollars down here could be millionaires up here, but they were so dependent on day-to-day activity that they didn't look at the long term. And look at what happened. These things go up and down and up and down. It's over. My life is over. And then all of a sudden, it's triple the price at 12 months from now. And then you're like, man, I shouldn't have looked at the prices every day like I did and got scared and sold. Okay? Millionaires, the hardest thing in life is to become a millionaire. And that's because these types of weeks that we're having here for cryptos just make people sell, and then they move on to other things, or they chase other coins and then those coins do bad as well. Okay, if you're chasing coins, you're in big trouble because all of them went down. So you sold one in the loss, 20%. You went and chased another one, it went down 20%. Then you went and chased another coin, that coin went down 20%, and now you're mad at the world. But you should be mad at yourself because I even told you guys don't be chasing coins. Don't chase coins. The people who make the most money in these things stick with 3 coins and then let it ride, okay? They don't chase coins, okay? So just want to make that clear. All right, so that's it. Talk to you guys later. Thanks, guys, for subscribing, sharing, and the videos, and that's it. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.